Content creation can get stupid expensive, I know this. You want to get the best equipment possible as fast as possible to put your best foot forward. I get this, I've done this. But this is not where your money should be going, at the very least at the beginning of your content creating career. My friends over at EMEET issued a challenge to me, and we've teamed up to answer the question, can we take something like this and make it look like this? Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm Joe Finley, and today we've partnered with EMEET to showcase their camera, the EMEET Smartcam S800. The purpose of this video, find out if we can take this webcam behind me and replace what I've got in front of me right now. In the box, you have the EMEET Smartcam S800 4K webcam, a USB-A to USB-C cable, and the instructions. Having a look at the camera, you see it's got a little privacy shutter here just by turning the little ring around the outside. The back here you can see is designed to keep the camera cool, and inside you can see the USB-C port. And you have a really nice multi-axis monitor mount here. You can see it tilts from multiple angles, so you can mount it pretty much anywhere. And if you look at the bottom, you have a 1/4-inch thread for mounting on a tripod or any other similar kind of mount. So what do you say we take this thing, get it fired up, and see what we can do? And here we are in living color. Now the EMEET Smartcam S800 is capable of 4K 30 video or 1080 60 video, and it's got excellent dual autofocus. So if you have a look at this right now, take this and put it right up close, focuses on that, take it away, focuses right back on me really fast without any of the extra searching. Now I will say that this is a limitation of my normal camera, the one that you saw at the beginning. That's a Sony a7 III with a Rokinon fixed lens on it. And the one thing that's missing on that lens, as good as it doesn't have autofocus. So you can believe me when I tell you that I spend a lot of time adjusting that focus, because even if I'm just back a little bit in my chair or up a little bit in my chair, it can get just the slightest bit fuzzy. With this, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Overall, the color accuracy is very good. It's a little bit bright right now, but that's something we can adjust. I am seeing a ton of detail in my face. I don't know whether that's playing to my favor or not. Self-burn. The camera's only got a maximum 73-degree field of view, so that's leaving me with a little bit tighter shot than I'm used to with a 16mm lens. But if you've got the space and you can back off the camera, you can widen that out a little bit. I'm a little bit limited by space. I have a wall right behind where the camera is, so I can't really do a whole heck of a lot about that, but it's not so tight that it's a problem. You can see so much of my background still. You can see me moving around. It's all good. And another thing about the S800, it's got a 1/2-inch Sony sensor at f1.8 aperture, so it should still be pretty decent at exposing me during low light conditions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the light off up here right now, and then we're going to see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like, and I'm going to tell you, it's not so bad. Look at all the lights that are going on behind me right now. I've got a light coming up here, going on the old noggin. I've got bright lights in the background, so I have nothing in front of me right now except my computer monitors, and you're still picking up a ton of detail. You're not losing anything where there's a little bit more shadow. You're not getting severe shadow by any means. And I'll be frank, I would actually have no problem putting this shot exactly as it is out to a stream. Now for 99% of people out there looking for a camera, I would say that out of the box, this might be one of the better ones in terms of just its overall settings, but we're talking about replacing a mirrorless camera right now. So let's see how much further we can push it. To control the camera's settings, you can download the EMEET Link app, which is available on their website. I'll leave the link down below so you can get to it, but you can see you can control all kinds of things on here, all of the basic settings you would expect, like zoom, some focus, or you could set your autofocus, basic exposure, brightness. You can set your contrast, saturation, and tone. And you can set all kinds of other things up here, as well as upgrading your software when you need to, and actually upgrading your firmware. That can only be done from here. Now, if you don't want to go through that software, you can do all of these settings in OBS with just this very rudimentary UI here. Either way, you should be able to very easily set up the video in the way that you want it. So I think all in all, the contrast was a really big help there. Brought out a few more of the shadows, and this is actually a more accurate version of the color of this shirt now. And once again, I would be very comfortable sending this out as is. But that's not the goal of this video, to be just good enough. So we're going to try and find some other tools to push this just a little bit further. So let's just have a look right now at the cameras beside each other. On the left, we're looking at the Sony a7 III. And on the right, we're looking at the EMEET Smartcam S800. So we're seeing on the a7 III with the Rokinon lens, really good glass. There's just a warmth to it. You've got the bokeh in the background. You've got things that webcams just don't typically do. Up here, you've got the detail. You've got the sharpness. All good things, but we want to tailor that to our needs and to make it a little bit more stylistic. So this is where we're going to go into some of the filters and see what we can't do to clean this up just a little bit more. And this is what we came up with. Now, while I would agree that that's not a recreation of what we're seeing right here, we've created something really special, and I'm gonna tell you how we did it. This one's actually a really easy one. We only applied 2 filters. So the first thing I did was add NVIDIA background blur. I have access to that because I have an RTX GPU in my computer. So you can see what it looks like when I turn it off. So you can see the sharpness is all back right now, and if I turn it back on, this is what it looks like. Now I can actually mess around with the amount too, so I can go really, really crazy with it. This obviously just looks fake. It looks like I'm on a green screen at this point, so I like to back it off and make it look just so. And the next thing we did was we applied a LUT. Now, all I needed to do was Google free LUTs OBS, and it took me right to this website right here. You can check it out. It's a fairly old one, but they still work. I'll leave the link down in the description below, but you can see the difference between when I have it turned off and when I have it turned on. So what I did was take this webcam that already looked great, applied a couple of simple tools, and this is broadcast quality if I've ever seen it. Now we've seen what this looks like full screen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up just a little bit of a streaming example for you so you can see what it looks like in other positions. Okay, so we've dropped into a game real quick. I don't intend to live very long. That's not usually how this works out. So there you have it. If you're a gaming streamer who's gonna have your camera down pretty small anyways, I would be really hard pressed to tell the difference between this and a DSLR. But another major factor we need to be looking into is the price. When I bought this setup, which I would argue is way too early, I was not big enough to have been able to afford to really do this. I thought I was making an investment in my content, but the fact is I could have been making that investment somewhere more useful at the time. But I spent roughly $2,000 US on this setup, both the camera and the lens. Whereas the MSRP for the EMEET Smartcam S800 is $149.99 US. So the question's no longer limited to which of the two cameras looks better. It's now, if the Sony looks better, does it look so good that it justifies more than 10 times the cost? And I would say for most creators, absolutely not. When cost comes into the equation, there's just no question between the two of them. And what's even cool is you could set up a whole studio with multiple of these cameras for just a few $100s. If you do a video podcast with more than one person, if you do content where you need a top-down camera and some other angles, you can get a 3-camera setup for under $450. I mean, that's pretty fantastic. I want to thank my friends at EMEET for partnering with me on this. Let me know in the comments what you think about the camera and everything we did with it. While you're down there, make sure to hit the like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I have new videos coming out. Make sure to check out my link for the EMEET Smartcam S800 down below. It's really worth getting your hands on these, and that's not just sponsored Joe saying that. That is just regular old reviewer Joe saying that as well. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, my friends, let's get to work.